Alright, cool, we're recording. Hello guys, today is the 6th of March 2023. About a year ago I've made a video about whether Ukraine has got, the war in Ukraine has got anything to do with the prices on the markets, right? Let's actually try and find that. Alright, so yeah, while we're doing this, I would like to say that please like, share this video, because this is one of those videos I make which influences the information that I'm going to be sharing here is going to influence everybody's life. Influences everybody's life, right? This is the stuff that neither old media nor new media is actually talking about. So, okay, energy prices, was it? Yes, 9th of April, so I'm 11 months off. So, if I waited for another month, it would be exactly the year. I have made a video where I was talking about how the markets don't work, how high energy prices are actually literally people just playing roulette with the prices and just driving them up just because, you know. So today we're going to look at the markets. So this is, I have an etoro account. I'm not saying I'm a good trader, actually I'm not, but I had it open some time ago, and I don't know why I decided to look into that, but I did, right? And I decided to check out what are the prices like, you know, because if you look outside, you know, they tell us that, oh, it's the energy prices are so high, it's the wheat prices are so high, these prices are so high. So right, why am I saying that this is all bullshit and it's all just speculation and it's just people like talking out of their ass? They're essentially lying to us. And why does like you listen to this new media people like, I don't know, Tim Cook, some German guys, some whatever, like whatever they all, and they will say, oh, we're gonna tell you everything that the media does not tell you, right? And I'm Ukrainian, so I'm a bit pissed off about these guys about telling us how that, oh, we should just give up, go suck Putin's dick. Okay, go suck Putin's dick, yes. But when it comes to things like this, what I'm gonna talk about right now, about prices, how we're all getting lied to by companies that tell us that our electricity has to be 3 times what it had been last year just because the gas is so expensive, or the oil is so expensive, or when you go to the supermarket and they tell you, oh, your bread has got to be like 2.5 times what it's been a year before because the wheat is so expensive. It's just impossible to have low prices. And you go like, okay, cool, let's take a look at the prices, okay? We're gonna start from the natural gas. So we're gonna see that this is how it's called, the drawing essentially of how the prices were acting over the last 6 months. And you think like, okay, yeah, the prices have only gone down in, what is it, 5th of January, like by 5th of January the prices are already going down. Okay, what are they high? It's 262, I think it's for cubic foot, I think. But okay, let's take a look what's happening before. Oh, wait a minute, the prices were high, but they were high in the summer. Since the summer, not only did they drop, come back, and since January, they've already gone even lower, right? So they've been coming down, up, down. So you see, like, whenever somebody stirs up a panic on the market, the prices go up a bit. So, but let's look at 3 years. Oh, wait a minute, we only had a couple of months when the prices, like literally just a couple of spikes, when the prices have literally jumped up. Right? So since December, January, since the beginning of January, the prices have crashed through the floor. Right, they already fall here, so naturally they're a bit higher, but they're not really that much higher than what they used to be in, what was it, October 2021? Look, yeah, the video is that way. Right, it's kind of shows that. So you have to look down here, right, down there, and we can see that, look, you know, here the prices here, they're a little bit higher than October 2021, but to be honest, you know, it's not warranting the 2 times the price hikes, but we give them that. They had a bit of a price hike, but what are the prices are like now? Let's take a look. So we had a couple of little spikes here, but the price kept coming down. Another panic attack, come down, and now the prices are coming down. So from January they fall below last October, and January is like, no, not January, this December. From December they're already going down. In December they already went down past 2021. Yep, so they're below 2021. By the end of the last year the prices are on the level of, what was it? What's this is 1st of, no, so they dropped. This is the January kind of. So these are the prices are on the level, 2016. Oh my god, wait a minute, like, why are they telling us that our electricity is like, okay, they might say like that they want to keep electricity a bit longer for it more expensive because the prices spiked and they had to buy some expensive gas. But right now our prices is below the level of 2017, 2016. Why is nobody talking about this? Somebody please explain me, why is none of that new fucking media twats talk about this? Why is it that we have to pay with nobody? I mean, I understand the new media doesn't want to talk about this because it's kind of like uncomfortable for the energy suppliers and the governments who want to get more taxes out of us, you know, and get us to more money out of our pockets. But why is the new media is talking about this? Because they're not interested. Nobody's interested to talk about this. This is why I say this one you should share. You should share this one because nobody's gonna talk about this until somebody starts talking about this. This is our energy prices. This is your electricity at 3 times the cost what it was a year ago. And all of a sudden, look, this is our prices in the shops. This is our prices at the pump. Right, at the moment the price has gone up a bit, so we're at 259. So that is, well, this is definitely below what we had in 2018, below 2016. Like, we're at the level of prices of 2016. Right, the prices, I mean, they've been a bit lower prices in 2018, so it was, but we went below that already. We already dipped below that. Why did this happen? Well, probably because, not just because we were not using as much gas, because the Chinese were actually not using as much gas. This is weak. We're gonna add another page, but let's look. Has there been any shale gas found in Ukraine? I do remember that shale gas was found in Ukraine sometime this year. Oh, wait a minute. Ukraine has Europe's third largest shale gas reserves at 1.2 trillion cubic meters. Oh, the Netsko, there's one in the Netsko list. I knew about this one. We talked about Kharkiv in that video that we talked about. And there's one in Lviv Oblast and in Ivano-Frankivsk in the western Ukraine. They found this just recently. Oh my god! Why is nobody talking about this? Why none of these clever commentators that are will talk about how we should really let Russians get away with shit because they still got gas? Nobody talking about this. Why is nobody talking about the fact that the prices are dropping? Because in reality we have so much gas that we can supply Russia other than otherwise. And I do have to point out that those areas, many of them are not as densely populated. I mean, densely enough, but not as densely. These are usually what used to be previous mines and stuff like these areas, so they could be easily harvested, I guess. Alright, let's take about shale oil. Is there any shale oil in Ukraine? I don't know, I haven't checked. Essentially, yeah, so there was been found in Ukraine. Yeah, it has been found some time ago, but no, nothing new. Yeah, people were writing about this in 2015, but nobody in the West talking about this. But nobody talks about the price drop on gas dropping so low. You know why they don't want to talk about this? Because all the companies that benefit the most from this, and these are not the oil pump, the gas pumping companies. It's the companies that sell electricity to us, claiming that they have to charge us through the roof. It's the companies that sell energy to the farmers, who claim that the oil and gas prices are so high, so that the farmers can't really need to overpay for their fuel. So let's look at the oil. So the oil has dropped to $80, so that's 22, right? And now our oil, at the highest point it was 108, right? So that was just above 2011, right? Our overpriced oil, somehow in 2011 these prices, well, no, we didn't have such a bad influence on energy as we have it now. And the prices have dropped. Yes, partially prices are dropping because the Chinese have gone completely insane and are continuing to destroy their country even beyond what's already been done. But again, let's look at this 79. So the oil is jumping like this from, well, November 2022, and we're at the level of 2021. So again, with the oil has been at the price level of 2021, right? Yeah, for a few months now. Nobody's talking about this. Everybody seems to be talking about oil as if it's still there. Anytime you go to the shop, oh, it's the high energy price that is to blame for inflation. Well, the energy price have gone down, brother or sister, whoever the fuck you are. Why is nobody talking about this? I don't know. You decide. This is what I'm saying, is sometimes I do stuff which does seem important, and it probably might be a good idea to share it, maybe with the politician, and just ask them hey guys, you're the politician, you're supposed to represent me, why are you not talking about this? Why is there no pressure at the energy companies to start putting things back to normal? instead of charging us through the roof, right? Nobody's saying shit. So this is wheat. So yeah, I already put it on 3 years, right? We have the same jump in the last year, so February. So this is when people thought that the wheat was not going to come out of Ukraine. So May, and then the wheat goes, and it slumps. So from that time on, we have just a little spike, not super huge, and then the prices continue dropping below the levels of 2021. Why is nobody talking about it? I mean, the farmers get fucked. They're the ones who get paid low prices. But you go to the shop and you have to pick up a loaf of bread at 2.5 times what it was a year ago. What the fuck? I mean, guys, that's what I'm saying. Is capitalism and is not working because capitalism is about getting the profit by any means necessary. This is not a market. This is people lying through their teeth and abusing their position because you have to pay your bills, you have to get petrol, you have to buy food, and people lying through their teeth to get the highest profit possible. And then they will tell us, well, we shouldn't get the government involved. Well, I think you should. Ask your government, why is it that the wheat prices, this is what they make bread out of, for those who don't know, why is it that they're below the level 2021, and yet our bread is still so expensive? As a matter of fact, we can see, yes, there are some market fluctuations, but for the last, over half a year, for the last 9 months, for fuck's sake, you could have a baby in that time. But for essentially the last 9 months, the wheat prices were not really that far above the level. So were the energy prices. I know some people will say, hey Yuri, you've been boring. Those people know what they're doing. It's like, yeah, those people, yeah. Let's put it this way. Those people down there know what they're doing, right? They're taking the biggest dildo they can find and shove it so far up your ass that you can feel the fiber of your shite in your mouth. That's what they're doing. They're fucking you in any way possible. Right, the prices in the shops, yes, in some cases they're already slowly starting to fall, but most cases shit is more expensive than it has ever been. And we can look at more price by price by price. Let's play around. We're not talking also about the fact that things like etoro essentially allows a bunch of half-wits like myself. Oh, the etoro. Sorry, I keep on forgetting because I'm pointing at the screen because it's actually there for me, but on the screen it's actually there for me. Oh, let me change this stuff. Can we change that? Can it change the... Okay. Let me just see if I can change that. So now that I'm pointing here, I'm actually pointing at the screen like, yeah, that's these guys, those guys. We're gonna change that from now on. Right, but yeah, those guys, they know what they're doing. They're fucking you, essentially. And the politicians are doing nothing. Why is nobody talking about this? Right, let's take a look. What we have sugar. Let's open it at the new tab. It's loading. Okay, Let me just... Sorry if it's making a mess. Let's go to stats. Oh, it's been growing a bit. Yep, let's move this. Okay, this is better. Right, let's look. This is 6 months. It's actually grown in 6 months. Sugar is expensive. Surprisingly, sugar has grown. Why is that? No idea. I'm not tracking this. So, oh, sugar has been very expensive lately. Like, look. So you see the jumps in sugar, they're not really outside of what is expected. So sugar is getting more expensive. We people are eating more sugar. I mean, I am eating more sugar. No wonder I have such a fat fucking ass. So we're eating more sugar. Maybe we should eat less sugar, you know. Get fit, go to the gym. I do go to the gym. Sorry, I do admit I do go to the gym once a month. I try to do it more often, but this winter has put me off. I did more in the autumn. Right? As you can notice, the absence of muscle, complete absence of muscle. I'm going to the gym on a regular basis. Right, so what we have here more. Sugar's been expensive, right? Coffee, you can buy. But you see that, like, this is what I was saying. There's so many people have access to this stuff. Like, tons of people can have access to this stuff. Right, essentially all you have to do is register yourself on etoro or another system like this, and you can start buying and selling. This is what I was just talking about, like, you know, in my previous videos, that there's a lot of people. Yep, this stuff is more stable. Ooh, it's actually fallen in 22. Oh no, yeah, you see this one's jumped as well. I don't know how the war in Ukraine might have influenced that, but the coffee really jumped. I guess the people were drinking lots of coffee because they were worried. But this is something I talked about in my previous video, that people just start buying and selling. They have nothing to do with this stuff. They don't produce coffee. They don't make anything out of these coffee beans. They literally just buy, sell, you know, like, oh, the prices is going to be up, I'm going to sell, or I'm going to buy. This is not the market. The market is when you have people, like if you have oil or gas, right, you know, if you have just people who use oil or gas in their factories, buying and selling, yes. But what we have essentially is a whole bunch of scalpers. I remember clever word I used some clever word in the previous video, but at this point of time it just slips my mind. But there's essentially scalpers, right? Buying and selling. That shit was I mean, people keep on telling me that, oh, you like talk about Soviet Union. That shit was illegal in Soviet Union. Scalping was illegal. You couldn't do it. You're not supposed to do it. Right? You're not supposed to do scalping in Soviet Union. But here it's okay, I guess. And this is why we get this one. We see people like not talking about this because, well, yeah, people can. There's lots of people who make lots of money out of this. Governments are happy because they're getting lots of taxes on shit we shouldn't be paying for. I mean, how ridiculous is this? If you think about this, the governments will talk about giving people money to pay for an overpriced goods, but it makes them look good because they get lots of taxes from the overpriced goods. But most of that taxes is being spent, more than those taxes, higher amounts than those taxes, are being spent at giving people money to pay for those goods. And essentially this is kind of, people say, you know, like, don't take from the rich, you know, but essentially the government is giving the tax money that should be going for schools, for military, for universities, for police, for fire departments, for libraries, for swimming pools, for fuck's sake, for repairing roads. The governments are giving this money for like a select few companies. Essentially this is a transference of wealth. People complain that, oh, like, we shouldn't be talking about taking the money away from the rich. Well, it's like, you're taking the money away from the fucking poor. Whatever people say, but you're taking the money away from the poor. You're taking our taxes and you're wasting them on covering the price difference that shouldn't exist. That should disappear, should be disappearing by now. Or at least we should be hearing about its disappearance in the next couple of months. But we're not hearing that. Yeah, we're not hearing that. So anyway, decide by yourself, for yourself, whether you're gonna share this video. I promise you I'm not a professional YouTuber. It's just thoughts into the ether of this planet, so that they share, so people start noticing. But if you do share, just share this to your local politician. Ask them the question, why are we not hearing about this? Why are they not talking about this? Okay? So, thank you very much for your time. I hope things gonna improve with you. And I wish you all the best. Thanks. Goodbye.